recording. So yesterday we have discussed about the type of resistance. In type of resistances, we have discussed about parochial self-interest. Means everyone is concerned about their success and not about the team success or the organization success. Then we'll have a lot of misunderstandings due to lack of communication problem. There will be low tolerance to change. No one wants to change. Even if you ask them to change their seat, they will not do that because they are hesitant to do that, resistant to change. Then we also discussed about different assessment of situation. Means some people see different advantages and disadvantages when you propose change. Someone else may see only disadvantages, they may not see any advantages, so on and so forth. How to deal with resistance? In this we have discussed about educating them and communicating properly. Education and communication involve those people, right, who are planning to resist or whom you feel are going to resist. Try to involve those kind of stakeholders in your decisions. One second. All right. Yeah. And also we have discussed about facilitation and support. Be supportive to your employees during the difficult times. Be supportive of, or let me put it in this way, facilitation and support. Then negotiation and agreement. Offer them incentives. Tell them that I'll give you bonus, I'll give you reward. Then we have discussed about manipulation and co-option. Sorry, co-optation. What do you do here in manipulation, co-optation? You do some kind of politics. You involve those resistors who will resist you. You involve them in the change committee itself directly. But you do not listen to them. That is a different issue. Then explicit and implicit coercion. That means you force employees to listen. That's the last mode, right? And you threaten them of their jobs.
These are the real things which we have to implement, is it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have discussed about stakeholder analysis. In this we have discussed about various models such as power interest grid. We have discussed about power influence grid. We have also discussed about influence impact grid and then salience model. In this salience model, we have three things that we need to look into: power of the person, urgency that he can create, and then legitimacy, appropriateness of his involvement. Then we have also discussed that in define phase, we first, or I can put it as 5-step process. First, we generate project ideas. We do not pick up any project for Six Sigma. We carefully choose the project. That is, we generate project ideas. Then we screen for the best solution. Then we prioritize on which project we have to select. Then we select the project and then we develop the project charter. Right? In this, we try to identify the project. What are the various things that we have tried to identify? We have used voice of business, voice of customer, voice of employee also. And then we have looked into cost of poor quality. Also, we know that there are few language processing tools such as affinity diagram, interrelationship diagram. Then the last thing is goal means diagram or tree diagram. Yeah, when it comes to voice of customer, you have to hear to them first. Then we also have to look into our voice of business. Check if the business goals are being met or not. Also, employees are equally important for us. So we try to speak with them, try to understand what their pain areas are. Then we look into voice of process also. And here in voice of process, oh, I haven't mentioned voice of process. Voice of process. In voice of process, hidden factories are very important. That means people, when they identify defects, they immediately fix it. And that is not recorded because they are afraid, they are scared that someone might question them on their ability. Hence, they quickly fix it without informing anyone. So uncovering those kind of defects is the most challenging part for any consultant. Then cost of poor quality, your internal audits, your quality assurance, management engineering, all these give you the cost of poor quality. So based on all these things, you select one project which is most critical. Then we have balanced scorecard. In balanced scorecard, there are 4 metrics that you will have to track, or 4 categories. One is financial metrics. Second, customer metrics. Third, internal business process metrics. And the fourth one is learning and growth metrics. Yeah, these are the 4 things. And we know that there should not be more than 20 measures across these 4 categories. I will say 4 categories or dimensions. Yeah, then one more thing that we have discussed is that, okay, one more thing that we have discussed is that never ever try to reinvent the wheel. If you have a Six Sigma project which people have already implemented, then you will have to replicate it. That is replication opportunity. So we have discussed until then. Today let us take it forward. All right. Benchmarking. We have discussed about benchmarking last time itself, but still let us discuss. Let me put it in the full screen mode. Yeah, let me know once you see the screen, Anuj.
Yes, I can.
All right. Benchmarking, as we have discussed previously, is all about comparing yourself, comparing either your cost or time or quality with another department, with another function, with another division, or with another organization altogether. right? Why do you compare? You compare to know what are the best practices followed there. And can I use those kind of best practices or not? And sometimes you see there would be collaborative benchmarking. That means collectively group of companies come together and they start brainstorming, they start analyzing what are the best practices followed in various departments. If there are a group of companies such as airlines was into utter disaster, right? Financially, they went to the curbs few years back, right? That is when all the airlines industries came together, started discussing the best practices, how to, get around the situation and how to move into the profit zone. So that is called as collaborative benchmarking. Together, we all come together if there is a problem to entire industry. Then strategic benchmarking. This looks at how others compete. It does not look just within the industry. Just because I'm into telecom industry does not mean I'm going to look into other telecom companies. I might go ahead and though I'm into telecom industry, I might look into manufacturing industry. I might look into logistics industry. I might look into life sciences healthcare industry, differs. Let me move to the next slide. Mhm. All right, I'll have to clear this annotation. All right. So next thing is affinity diagram. We have discussed this umpteen number of times, so we'll not spend much time here. Think about marriage invitation. Right? During marriage invitation, what do? You just write down the names of all the people whom you want to invite to your marriage. And when you write down all the names, probably you will segregate it, such as, oh, do you know what? In these 100 names, 50 people are from my college. Another 10 people are from my school. Rest of the 25 people are my family members. Another 20 people are my relatives. Another 5 people are my colleagues. In this way, we might categorize. If I have 100 names, I'll bucket it. 100 names, all names I record. And I'll say out of these 100, 50 are my friends, school friends and college friends. Another maybe 20 are my family members. Maybe another 20 are my relatives. The rest of the 10 people are my colleagues, office colleagues. So what am I doing? I'm grouping related things together. I'm grouping all my friends into one bucket. I'm grouping all my family members into another bucket. I'm grouping all my relatives into another bucket. I'm grouping all the remaining people into my office colleagues. So I'm grouping related people or related ideas together. That is affinity diagram. And this is little. All right. This is just a simple example. You have brainstormed to identify all these things. Here you have brainstormed to identify all the ideas. And then you're grouping them together. You're telling usability related ideas. Fit over different clothes, easy to put on, accessible, gear loops. It's very comfortable. With some kind of garment, right? Mountaineering garment maybe. And few other things you're clubbing it into performance related ideas. Does not resist the movement, lightweight, safe, etc. And attractive is a different category altogether. So you're categorizing the related ideas together. That is called as affinity diagram. All right. This is, I think, the most important thing. Uh, all right. This is the most important thing actually. Hey, my screen is stuck. No. Anuj, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can.
My screen is stuck. 1 second.
Some stage we need to fix the issue that why you can't see my screen, you know.
Yeah, that also we need to fix. All right.
Give me 1 minute, yeah, I'll have a drink of water.
Yeah, sure. Got it. So this is the most important thing on how to select or how to identify that we have a project. We have a Six Sigma project. You generate the project ideas. You ask this question after generating the various project ideas. Are we developing a new strategy, new structure, or a new design? Here the word new is very important. If the answer is yes, probably you need to go with design for Six Sigma. Right? You check now whether Six Sigma can support the new strategy, can it support the new structure and design or not? Right? If it is yes. What if it is no? If it is no, we ask this question, is the problem chronic? Chronic means it happened, it is happening regularly, chronic. If it's not happening regularly, infrequent problems are short term and generally don't need to be addressed by a Six Sigma project. If you see that that issue is happening for the first time, maybe it will never again happen. Probably it is a chronic problem. You need to check that. If it happened only once, then don't go with Six Sigma. It doesn't help you. If yes, it is a continuous pain area, continuously that problem is occurring, then what do? You ask this question. Is the best solution known to me or not? If the answer is yes, if the best solution is known to you, you already know the solution, go ahead, implement it. The problem should be immediately corrected and frozen for future. Control tools from Six Sigma can be used probably. What are the control tools? Control charts, statistical process control, all those control charts, C chart, P chart, NP chart, U chart, right? You can use that. If the best solution is not known to you, then you ask another question. Solution I don't know, that's fine, but do I know the cause? If you know the cause, Six Sigma methods may be used to identify the solution. I know what the problem is, but I don't know the solution. So use Six Sigma methods to identify your solution. If the causes are not known, then it passes the screen and the project can be defined for Six Sigma project. Yeah, this is the most important thing. Do not jump in and select any project as Six Sigma. Analyze, understand, and if it really suits, and if you get to only this step in this flowchart, then you have to implement Six Sigma. All right. Next we have prioritization matrix. It is used for prioritizing the available project ideas. I have n number of project ideas, right? This is kind of Pew matrix. If you remember, we have discussed about Pew matrix. Right? This is some kind of that prioritization matrix. It is also known as selection matrix. It is an aid to project selection. That means I have seen so many, 9 projects I have. How do I select the project? Right? I'm extremely sorry. We have 9 project characteristics. Based on this, I need to select the project. So this is project A. Assume this is the project A. Right, I'm going to put numbers or score against each and every project characteristic. Example first one. Timeline for the project is less than 6 months. Yes or no? If you feel it can be 6 to 8 months, then you give an appropriate rating to that. Does project enable significant improvement in quality? Not significant. It gives only small benefit. Then you accordingly rate it in a scale of 1 to 10 probably. 1 is most improvement, 1 is least improvement. You're giving a rating of 2. Is the process currently measured or at least measurable? Oh yes, it is being measured on a weekly basis. So you give a rating of 9. Is the scope of the project well defined? Not very well defined, but yeah, kind of yes. Then you put it as 7. In this way, you will have to analyze for each and every question and provide the project score accordingly. Is Six Sigma the right problem solving approach? Oh yes, for this project it is the best. Select. And also you have a priority scale. All these 9 questions are not equally important for me. For instance, this question, is a project linked with the company strategy? That is the most important thing for me. Hence I'm prioritizing it, or I'm giving it a priority number of 9. Next, project delivers significant financial benefits, and is Six Sigma the right approach? These two are the next most important things. Hence I give it a rating of 7 and 7. Is success likely? This is the least important thing for me. Hence I'm giving it a rating of 3, or a priority score of 3. In this way you will have to prioritize your projects. Again you pick up project B. For project B also you do the same thing. You pick up project B and then you ask all these questions, all the project characteristics. And the one or the project which gets the highest project score, total score, that is a project that I'm going to select. That is a project that I'm going to select and prioritize. This is yet another example. You can go through that. All right. Voice of customer. The term VOC describes the expectations and desires of the customer. To identify what is critical to customer satisfaction, find out who are your customers. Don't just look into who are your current customers. Look into those customers who have left you. That means earlier he was your customer, now he is not. Look into them also. Who can be my potential customers in the future? And who are my competitors' customers? You need to look into all these things. Just a minute. Just a minute, Anuj. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So we need to look into all the customers. Who is your current customer? Not just your current customer, the customer whom you have lost. Earlier he was your customer, now no longer he is your customer. You also need to look into your potential customers. In the future, this person might be my customer, kind of. Then you look into your competitors' customers also. In this way, you look into all the customers. What do you provide your customers? What do you provide? Are you providing some service? Are you providing them some products? Are you providing them something else? What is that you're providing? And what is critical to satisfaction, CTS, for your customers as per their expectation? There'll be a number of expectations from the customers. Based on their expectations, what is one or two things that are most critical for their satisfaction? You need to identify that. What is critical to satisfaction? Then, what is the relative importance of the CTS, critical to satisfactions, right? Relative importance means if customer says, oh, 1, 2, 3, these are the three things that I want. Then in comparison to 1, how important is 2? In comparison to 2, how important is 3? Right? That is called as relative importance. You try to identify the relative importance of critical to satisfaction. Next, what do customers want in general? These are the 4 things that they want. Quality, product or service features. They want more features. There should be more options to actually make changes. It should have various dimensions, right? So this is what people are looking at. Nowadays, if you go and look into fridge is not a fridge. For that fridge, there will be an LED attached, a small LED, so that you can watch movies also while you are in kitchen, cooking something, right? Automatically, you can get eyes just by pressing a button, instant eyes. So they're looking into various things when it comes to quality. Characteristics related to function of the product or service. All right. Next thing is cost. They look into purchase price. What is the cost when I purchase? They're also looking into nowadays the repair costs. If you purchase some substandard product, then you will ultimately end up paying a lot of cost in repair. So they're looking into that also. Few other financing terms. For instance, is there EMI facility if I purchase? Right? Those kind of things. Is there zero interest processing fee? All that. Then you also look into maintenance costs. Just because I have a lot of money, I do not spend 1 crore and purchase Jaguar. I also need to look into my maintenance cost, and customers do look into the maintenance costs also. What is the cost of fuel? If a car is going to give me a mileage of 5 liters, 5 kilometers per liter, then that's going to, eat away my pockets. The maintenance cost is high. So I look into that. They look into depreciation also. If I purchase a flat in an apartment, then more likely than not, it's going to depreciate. And so customers look into all these things. What is the residual value? Residual value means say after 5 years. I purchased a flat after 5 years. What will be the cost of the flat? That is called as the residual value, depreciation cost. Then we have delivery. Lead times, delivery times, on-time commitment. I ask you to deliver on this day, you have to deliver. I ask you to deliver 10 days beforehand, you have to deliver. Lead time. Response time to request. I have an issue, I call you on the customer care. I'm expecting a very quick response from your end. So customers are looking into all these aspects. Service and safety. What is the service requirement? How frequently do I need to get my car or bike serviced? Are the parts available? Are the parts easily available? Is the service very courteous? Because if I'm going to purchase a new car by spending some 10 lakhs, and if it is if it is creating some problem, then I want the service people to be very courteous with me, right? Whenever we go, I don't want them to behave with me like laborers, daily laborers. Then they look into the warranties. Are they replacing the product parts if my vehicle is in warranty or not? Product liability. In Australia, I'm not sure, Anuj, how it works. In US, there is this policy, no questions asked. NQA. Right? You can purchase a product. If you dislike that product, you can return that within some X number of days. You can return it and no questions asked. They return the entire amount to you.
Yeah, it is right.
In Australia also, do you have in that way?
Most of the cases, yes.
Okay. India, we do not have that. So,
India is we can compare.
so in US, I just remember this. What my friend dimensions, these are the 4 dimensions which customers are most interested in. They are looking into almost all the aspects: quality, cost, delivery, right? And also they are looking into service and safety. How safe is the product and all that. Yesterday, I think Maruti Swift, not Swift, Desire, it failed the crash test. Even before any car is released in the market, they do this crash test. And Datsun Go car. These two have failed the crash test. Crash test means nothing. They put a what do you call artificial human being there, a small doll kind of a thing, and they give full accelerator pump and leave the vehicle. It will go and crash against the wall or brakes or whatever is available there. And they see what is the kind of impact that it's going to have uh, on the human who is sitting inside. So it failed, meaning it got damaged to a great extent. Now they have to redo that, mechanical engineering. All right. Customers are crucial to our business. No doubt about that. Voice of customer. We have to look into the competition, what is the technology, what is the environment that we are in, what is the market, what is our vision. Without a customer, there is no company. And customers are critical to the existence of any company. If you don't care for one customer, or if you don't care for a customer, someone else will do that. Someone else. Or the competition will take away them. So we need to have proper business strategy, proper market strategy, right? We need to discover what are the growth opportunities. In the current world, I believe that smartphones will be the future. If probably for XLR, we can have some kind of a mobile application wherein people can just check for the trainings that they want, book the dates that they want, make the payments using mobile. That would be the future. So you will have to discover the growth opportunities. Gain competitive advantage. For us, the competitive advantage is that we provide the online trainings also. So there are NRIs who are stationed in the various other countries. For them, cost over there is high. So they are attending the online trainings. So that is the competitive advantage that we have. Build loyalty. So we never give them substandard trainings. We always ensure that the quality is good, kind of. Then you identify who are your potential customers. You try to acquire new customers. You try to obtain customer referrals. Yeah, so if one person comes, word of mouth, he's going to promote the trainings to many other people, and thereby will get more and more referrals. And that will lead to your profitable business growth. But again, you have to check what is it that customer wants, and then based on that, update your vision. Just don't blindly go by what you feel is important. Yep. Plan for collecting voice of customer data. Identify information needed from customers. What information do you want from the customers? Right? Develop your research plan and questionnaire. Actually, we have another training, Anuj, which is called as market research analytics. In market research analytics, which I also take, I also deliver this training. We spend approximately 3 days. 3 online days or 1 complete classroom day on developing the research plan and the questionnaire. Then we have step 3, which is collect voice of customer.
Who use this training for? Who do it?
People who are into sales and marketing, people who are into business development, right? Pre-sales people, those people use this market research analytics. How to market my product, how to sell it in the market, how do I do social media marketing, who is the most important person in my network, those kind of things. Right? Then we collect the voice of customer. Once we collect voice of customer, we analyze voice of customer to determine critical customer requirements. Customer will tell me a number of things. But do I need to focus on everything? Answer may be no. Maybe I will have to focus only on critical customer requirements. So this is how you plan to collect voice of customer data. Then identify information needed. Right, this is just an example. Should we offer more trainings to customers or make the machines easier to operate and repair? There is a new machine that I'm coming up with. Do I need to provide more trainings to the customers on how to use the machine? Or should I make my machine very easy to operate and repair? And then you ask all these questions. What is the information needed? What is the nature and extent of skills shortage that customer is currently facing? Yeah, then you ask few questions for the data collection. Aided evaluation of current labor shortage. Open-ended evaluation of how labor shortage impacts their business. So on and so forth. You can just go through this. This is just an example on how to go about asking various questions to collect the data. All right. Aided evaluation. That means you look into the scale on how people are responding in a scale of 1 to 5 or in a scale of 1 to 10, right? And you try to evaluate. If you have some kind of quantitative data, you can analyze the situation analytically, statistically, right? If I'm telling that I like your product, then like means it is qualitative, it's not quantitative. Quantitative means in a scale of 1 to 5, how do you like my product? You will rate it as 4 or you will rate it as 5. Then it becomes easy for me to do some kind of statistics around that. That's aided evaluation. Open-ended evaluation. I'm just going to interview the customer. I'll randomly go to a customer, I'll ask him, why did you purchase this vehicle? Why did you purchase? What are the good features that you have noticed? So I ask them these kind of questions and then they provide me the answers. Qualitative, right? Whatever information that customer provides, if I ask them in this way or if I try to interview them, will be very, very qualitative. That means they'll say that, do you know what? I like the suspension of the vehicle. I like the mileage of the vehicle. I like the pickup of the vehicle. I like the horsepower, BHP, all that. So you can probably evaluate this qualitative information to identify some information required. Classification of verbatim responses. Verbatim means whatever they are telling. You just make a note of that and you classify the responses of the customers. Some people, if they are speaking about, suppose you are doing a research on a car, some people might say, I like the mileage, that is why I have purchased this vehicle. You classify all the people who are speaking about mileage into one category. In this way, you classify. Then you have trade-off methodology, conjoint analysis. Once again, we provide another training called customer analytics for new product development. If you're coming up with a new product, then how to price that product. For example, iPhone, right? iPhone, when it first came up, the first iPhone, the price of that was, I believe it was $500, right? After maybe 6 or 7 months, they brought it down to $300. Now they've reduced the price by $200. Why? Why did they reduce the price by $200? Why not by $100? Or why not by $50? Or why not reduce by $300? Why $200? Right? And why should I price Apple iPhone as $500? Why can't I price it at $550 or $450? Why only $500? Right? For this, they do a thorough market analysis called as conjoint analysis. What should be the price of the product? What is the price that the customers are willing to pay? For the price that they are willing to pay, what are the features that I can provide? Right? That is called as conjoint analysis. Very, very beautiful exercise. And conjoint analysis was also for probably 5 hours or so session. Just conjoint analysis. Most powerful tool in pricing, right? How to price a product, what features are customers willing to pay, all that. And then you have discrete choice analysis. It helps determine price customer is willing to pay for specific features. If I say that I'll give you an option of auto cleaning your screen, your mirror. Auto clean means the moment it rains, automatically my wipers will go up. If I give you that feature, then I will see by increasing my product cost by say 20,000. I'll see how the customer is responding. I'll try to increase 30,000 for the same feature. How the customers are responding, 40,000, 50,000, I'll check that. I'll check what is the price that most people are willing to pay for this new automated feature. Right, and that is the price that I'm going to select. So your conjoint analysis, discrete choice analysis will help you do this. All right. So